Harley Bennell.
Could be even next week, do you think, perhaps?
Not sure how he went today, Harley Bennell, but he was looking good for 3/4 last week. But they were thinking about potentially bringing him in for this game.
Just back up on that one. Connor Blakely, the rest of the season?
I think he's out for the rest of the season. Yeah.
See, that's a lot of surfing.
Knee injury, so I'm not sure he'll be doing too much surfing. Well, not as much as you do in recent days. Battling surfboards up there in Bali.
Let's not go there.
Kirsten. Brayshaw. Kirsten again. Brad Hill. Set it up for Giro. Lunging late was Lewis with the spoil. Tucker wrapped up by Hibbert. Petrarca has worked hard all night. Giro getting back in there. Gets it across to Mundy.
Great hands.
It was an excellent handball out to Matera, who struggled for goals, and he struggles.
That's his bread and butter. Yeah, and I mean, he has to nail that shot. No real pressure to speak of. Take an extra step to straighten up. Aim at the near goalpost with his natural hook, but he never bothered to come back. He unloaded early. That's somebody who feels a bit of the pressure, feels like the heat's got to him and he's going to be run down. He unloaded a little early.
Only 1 goal in his last 5 games, Brandon Matera. 6 if he can't kick a goal in the last 5 minutes tonight, as Darcy sends a high ball into the pocket. Easy enough for Oscar McDonald to see it to the line. They certainly enjoy their footy up here in the top end. 8,689 fans in on a very warm night. The kids enjoying it out on the hill.
There's just some talent on that hill too, the way they play.
You expect footy in the Northern Territory is going to get a little bit bigger with a man named Cyril Rioli coming to play in Darwin. Brayshaw after it over the line, but they're certainly enjoying it out there.
He's practicing his evasive skills. One off the ground.
And a good contest on that hill all night, I think. Go on, down to Spargo. I thought he was taken high.
Yeah, he just tried to sag into that tackle, just dropped and backed into it a little bit.
You're talking about him or the bloke on the hill?
A bit of both. Yeah, you like to see a bloke try and you know, learn his sidestep, learn his evasive techniques, rather than just go for that olden day sag, dropped at the knees, because they're going to umpire that out of it.
Good kick by Banfield. Walters able to juggle it.
Like at the other end, Kristen Salem, most times when Michael Walters has gone to a Jared, he's been clean and the class shines through. He's made a couple of errors tonight, unloaded big long bombs, and it's been picked off by Melbourne at the other end. But at the ball, gathering and the one touch, he's been ahead of most of his teammates.
Yeah, he's just a treat to watch, this bloke.
Already got one for the night, Michael Walters. 3-time Fremantle leading goal kicker. And he's leading that race again this season. Nice finish, his second.
22 possessions today for Michael Walters. It's not an easy spot to play forward of the centre in a side where the ball's coming in so infrequently. But you can never discount him. If he's anywhere near the football, he's every chance to get it and make you look like a goose. 2 goals and 22 possessions.
One of the few men you'll see in league football in modern times who stands at what you would call a paltry 177 centimetres, who can play as a key forward.
Out of the middle, Chera. High one for Brad Hill. Well done by Stretch. Judged it very well indeed. Just under 3.5 minutes to go. Melbourne up by 53. As that ball goes very wide. Pearce and Hogan battling. Spargo over the top for Oliver.
So Pearce is gassed. He can't chase him.
And Oliver,
well done.
Just controlling it with one hand.
He's had enough, Alex Pearce.
Chera will go in short. This will be the Demons' biggest win.
You see Alex Pearce, he's walking away, not even facing the footy. He just wants no part of this. He's gassed, he's cooked.
Yeah, it's fought hard. They've been under siege though.
Yeah,
75 inside 50s to 28. The Dockers' defence been under an enormous amount of pressure.
It's up to 75.
The Demons' biggest win in Darwin before tonight was actually against Fremantle. Round 16, 2016 at 32 points. So they'll break through that tonight.
Stephen Hill's game, 200th game, Jared.
Well, he's worked hard. It's been tough for Fremantle players all around the ground, but he's had 24 touches, Dermot. He's run hard. He won't feature in the votes, but he's really pushed hard in the defensive stuff as well with 10 tackles. I don't think the coach would be having anything critical to say about his game.
So high ball for Stretch, going back after it. Oscar McDonald.
It's an inside-out talk.
And Darcy, he dropped the mark. Working hard was Harms. Hogan. Pierce did enough just to hold him off the line of the football. Brayshaw. Hogan's still after it. Still working hard. And we're going to see another sliding in free kick being paid.
See Sean Darcy's tackle, then he flung Harms in the tackle. He almost went him over the fence. He almost got him airborne over the fence.
Mountainous up after it. Oscar McDonald rocketed that handball back past Lewis. Had some time to recover.
Just a little bit more finesse required from Oscar there on those ones.
Yeah. So Ben Dixon, what does Ross say after the game? He takes his team in. What does he tell them?
Well, first things first, I think they had their measure in the first quarter, and I know Melbourne dominated the play, but they came in with a pretty good style and they stuck to it for a quarter and a half. I think they were gone into half-time and said, right, I need the contest to be up. They have done that, but I just think they've been beaten on the outside, and I think you alluded to the depth of talent that's missing, so you can't be too critical with their effort, and Melbourne obviously clearly one of the big movers this year, but he loves a bit of a laugh, and even when I grabbed him at quarter time, Dermot, he was revved up and got out to the players as quick as he could, but then he can just calm himself down. So he's emotional. I think he's not going to be pleased because, you know, it's another loss, but there's certainly some things they can take out.
Well, I think they've got to be realistic, Fremantle, and Ross is a genuine realist about where they're at. They're here for the rebuild, and the rebuild is going to take more than a couple of seasons. They got off to a great start. They've had some wins, they've had some losses. Cam McCarthy's one I think they need to come through, Dermot. He's a kid that we know how much talent he's got, but he's not having an impact right now. He needs to sort that out.
What you need in those rebuilds is some of your champions from the former era to stay fit and last the journey, and that really makes a huge difference.
Hogan, inside 50 go the Demons again, and Spargo could have almost sent it over the top.
He does want a shot, though. Oh, this is the Brian Taylor professional. Oh, hang on, he's gone for it.
He will chip it in. And
he's smart for that, He's smart for that.
I thought he was going to go for the, I'm off balance. I want to kick it to you, but I can't. I better take the shot.
Yes, no, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'll have a shot.
Yeah.
It's been a big game for Christian Petrarca as well, who has been under a little bit of pressure this season too.
He put himself under that pressure, which I really liked. And there's a lot of season to go yet for Christian Petrarca.
Look, he hasn't kicked purely, but he's hit the centre of the foot, and he's got wonderful purchase on the footy. Yeah, so that's gone dead straight. That's hit the centre of his foot. Just a miss a line there. It's like a golfer who's he's hitting the ball out of the middle, but he's just dribbling off the edge of the fairway. You've just got to make sure you get your radar right, and if the ball's hitting the centre of your foot, that's half the battle to start with. This bloke can hit the centre of his foot.
78 inside 50s for the Demons tonight. Getting close to record breaking. They'll fall just short of that though tonight. There's Max Gorn with a cut to the back of the head.
Who's tall enough to jump up that high?
Or even see where the blood's coming from. Down at ground level as it's spun back in. Gorn goes again. And he's going to take it with the one hand. He couldn't find a target with a handball though.
Space junk, it must have come back to earth.
Yeah, what was the one that came down in the middle of Australia, somewhere up in the Skylab? Bit of Skylab hit him on the way down.
Maybe one last ruck contest.
There we go, Max.
And that will do it in Darwin. The Demons steady the ship. They're inaccurate early. Well, they run out comfortable winners and hold their place in the top 8 by 54 points.